The Parents' Tao Te Ching, a new interpretation. I've been reading from this book for some time now, and I've been sharing some timeless wisdoms from this book because this is ancient advice for modern parents by William Martin. It is ancient advice, but definitely very contemporary in its approach. And yet, thousands of years ago when we were raising children, the problems were the same, and even today they remain pretty much the same. So what I'm going to read today for you is Seeing to the Heart. Some behavior in your children will seem good to you. Other behavior will seem unequivocally bad. Notice both in your children without being overly impressed by one nor overly dismayed by the other. In doing so, you will be imitating the Tao, which sees our behavior as a mask and see immediately beneath it to the good within your heart. Above all, do not attack your children's behavior and attempt to change it by endlessly talking and scolding. Stay at your center and look beneath the behavior at the heart of the child. There you will find only good. When you see the heart, you will know what to do. The child. Consider now a particular behavior that concerns you. Meditate carefully and see through to the heart of your child. What does it tell you? Such a beautiful reminder all over again, this one, seeing to the heart. A lot of times our kids are misbehaving in public, and the first response most of the parents have is, "Oh, this is so embarrassing. Mine is being rowdy." He or she's beating another child up, or being very mean about holding tight to their toys, or skipping someone's turn, or just kicking someone without any reason. All these things, and your first reaction could be, let's reprimand. Or if they've lied, if they've concealed their marks, if they've forged your signature, could be any of these activities. And some of you would identify that you've done such stuff to your parents as well as a child. So go back, wind the clock back, and that's what the Tao says. Notice both in your children the behavior that's good and that is bad, and don't be overly dismayed or excited about one. Don't be so impressed. In doing so, you'll be imitating the Tao, because the Tao, the divine, has a sense of neutrality. There is no judgment in the divine. And you have been given that seat of divinity when you're raising children. You're in a sacred place. If you can be absolutely neutral and not react by overly glorifying what they've done right and overly condemning what they've done wrong. Yes, they have to be checked from some behavior that is dangerous to them, to the society, to others, but otherwise, the behavior is a mask. Behind that behavior is conditioning, is how they're being raised, what environment they're encountering, what cinema, what games, what peers are influencing them to develop that sort of behavior. Immediately beneath it all is a good heart. And that good heart is what you need to go for. The Tao, the divine, is giving countless opportunities to all of us. To the ones who murder, to the ones who are involved in genocides, to the ones who are causing so much pain and suffering in the world around us. We see them, and we can clearly see where the conditioning of their childhood has gone wrong, turned them into demons to respond like this. But please, can we have compassion? After all, if we don't attack our child's behavior and just attempt to change it by endlessly not talking and scolding, but endlessly observing patiently, looking beneath that behavior, staying extremely centered, ultimately in that good heart, your beautiful heart and theirs is going to resonate, it's going to sync, it's going to be conversing. And sometimes we tend to put off these conversations for decades, and we have them and we've aged, our children have aged. We're not taking them on at the right time. And sometimes I also feel we don't say sorry enough to our children when we should be candid in acknowledging our mistakes. As parents who are fumbling and learning, who are still not tender enough to handle the fragility of a child, but we'll do. So meditate carefully, says the Tao, and see through to the heart of your child. What does it tell you? And deep down, unveiling all this, you will only discover love. That's what is at the center. All the problems, all the surface noise, it is not to be attacked. Protect these fragile souls. Look into their innocent eyes. Do not be hasty when you're reprimanding, when you're hitting back, when you're shouting, raising your voice, telling them that this is downtime, telling them that now you're grounded. Just take time. Count a few breaths of understanding, of love, nurturing, and realize the great responsibility that you have towards your children. Thank you for listening. Happy raising children.